third graders, and I hope you are starting out your day great. We are doing some fun input-output tables. You may have done these in second grade, I am not sure. They're kind of fun actually, so think of it as like a robot. I'm putting something in and something's coming out, and I have to follow certain rules, okay? So let's look at our first one. Number one, very important to look to see what the rule is. Okay, so the rule is to add 3. So I have to do that every time. So they're going to give me a number and I need to follow that rule. So my first number is 6. What do I do again? Think of it as plus 3 right here. You could do that all the way down because the rule stays the same. Okay, if that helps you, you might be able to just do mental math on that, and that's great. So 6 plus 3 is 9. They did that one for us. And then I do 10 plus 3, and I continue down my table. Now, the rule will change every time. I'm looking at number 2, and it is, instead of add 3, it's multiply or times 4. Okay, so then I'm going to have to change what I write here. I'm going to have to take my 2 times 4 and all the way down. If you just want to draw an arrow like this, you're going to do that all the way down. So they did the first one for us, 2 times 4. Then when I look at number 3, I'm going to do a minus 1. Okay, so then I can say minus 1, and that continues all the way down. Now, they're going to change it up a little bit when you get to number 4, but we've got this. So they aren't telling us the rule, but we need to fill the rule in. So I need to look at what they're doing and go, wait a minute, they started with 3, right? And they ended up at 6. What did they do? Well, you might go, I think it's a plus 3, but hold up, because I have to look at another one to see if that works. What about 4 on the next one? 4 plus 3 is 7. That doesn't work, so it's not going to be a plus 3, is it? All right, what else could I do? From 3 to 6, I could go, ooh, could it be a times 2? Could it be a times 2? Does that work? 3 times 2 is 6. Does that work for the next one? 4 times 2 is 8. It works for that one. Usually if it works for both of those first two, then you have the correct rule. So then I would go up to my rule box, and instead of saying multiply by 2, I can just say times 2. Okay. And then I would go and I would fill in the rest of my chart, doing that times 2 all the way down. Okay. So you kind of have to be a detective and figure out the rule. Okay. On the next one, I have to figure out the rule for this one and 5 and 6. They went from 17 to 12. What did they do? Well, the number went down, so I'm thinking minus. So what is 17 minus 12? What is 17 minus 12? It's 5. So then I go, I think the rule is a minus 5. But I got to check it with the next one. 17 minus 12, 5 is 12. How about 25 minus 5? Is that also correct? Yes, it is. So then I know that my rule is minus 5. All right, I'm going to leave you on your own for the rest of those. When I get down to number 7, it is still like an input-output table, but it's in a little different format, isn't it? Let's read right here. A band is marching in a parade. The band members are lined up in equal rows. Complete the table, then use the table to find the number of band members in each row. So I need to look and see what's the pattern. Well, I'm not going to look on the first one because I've got an empty square though. So I'm going to go to the next one. They went from 4 to 24. How did they get there? What did they do? Well, how about from 5 to 30? Okay, so I'm thinking in my head, 4 to 24, I wonder if they could have done a times 6. Because 4 times 6 is 24. But does that work for this one? Is 5 times 6 30? Is it? It is. So now I know it's going to be a times 6. But there's something else special about this chart. I can fill in this square and I can say 2 times 6. But when it's the top square, like it is over here, it switches to a divide by 6. Sneaky, right? So then I have to say 42 divided by 6 to get my square. So if you're figuring out the top, it's divide. If you're figuring out the bottom, it is times, okay? And down at the very bottom is where they want you to write your answer or your rule. Well, we already decided that for the bottom part, okay, you're going to answer their question. So it says, how many band members were in each row? That's what you're going to figure out and write that down on the answer line, okay? It's going to have something to do with our rule, okay? How many band members are in each? So you'll put your number and then you'll put band members. And then when you're ready and done with this page, meet me on the back side. All right, here we are on the remembering side, which you should be able to kind of do on your own. We are not going to use the area model. We are just going to multiply. I know that I cannot multiply across. I need to write them vertically. So 37 times 4, I should see you showing your work and lining up your numbers. All right, just like that. Do it. Well, you can do it right now with me. We're getting good at these kind, aren't they? They're just up and over, okay? Okay, so I go 4 times 7. Do that first. What is 4 times 7? 28. Carry my 2. Put my 8 down here, and then I finish up my last step. Don't forget to add your 2 up there, right? If you have a number up there, you have to add it. So I'll go 4 times 3 plus 2. So we'll finish that up. When I get down to the bottom section here, we're writing our number in standard form. We know that standard form is just the regular number. They're writing it in words, you write it in numbers. Okay, so first one says 70,000, and you just start right there, 70, and whenever I see 1,000, that's where my comma goes. Good tip, right? And then the last part says 280. We got this, right? Okay, and then the only thing I would remind you, like when you get to number 7, you're going to, I have some 1s here, but I'm missing my 10s and 100s. So you need to make sure that you mark those spots with 0s. Okay, so I start out, I know how to do this. I go 42,000, but then if I want to say 8, okay, I'm going to need to mark some spots with 0s, aren't I? Okay, there's going to be 3 more numbers there. You figure that out. And you know what? I think you should do stretch your thinking today, because I'm going to say that it's extra credit, but you could fill out that chart, okay? And in fact, it says complete the table. And if you're going to do the extra credit, you don't even have to do the writing part. Just do the table. Figure out the rule, okay, right here. And then just fill in your other 3 numbers, and you could do the extra credit today. Have a fabulous day, guys.